Come inside. Close the door against the cold and let the winter stay outside. You're safe here now. There is nothing left to do tonight, nothing to solve, nowhere you need to be. So settle down into the warmth of your bed, let your shoulders grow heavy, and let your breathing slow. Tonight I would like to take you somewhere very old and very warm and very safe, to an old timber farmhouse deep in the English countryside on a still and snowy winter's night 400 years ago. You need only lie still and listen and let the quiet carry you gently down into sleep. The farmhouse stands alone at the end of a long white lane in a fold of the winter hills. It is an old house even now, low and long and crooked, built of dark oak timbers and pale plaster, with a roof of deep old thatch, gone soft and gray with age. Small windows of thick greenish glass glow with warm firelight against the dark. A ribbon of wood smoke rises straight up from the chimney into the still and freezing air. And all around it lies the snow, soft and deep and silent, over the fields and the hedges and the sleeping woods, muffling the whole world into a great and gentle hush. Inside, all is warm and old and safe. Outside, the snow falls softly through the dark, and there is no better feeling in all the world than to be warm and snug indoors on a deep and snowy winter's night. Let us step in Eden out of the cold and into the great hall of the farmhouse, the warm heart of the whole house. It is a low room and long, with a floor of worn stone flags and a ceiling of heavy dark beams, blackened by the smoke of many winters. And at the far end of it, in a wide stone hearth, a great fire burns, a proper fire of oak and applewood logs, glowing deep red and gold, sending its warmth and its soft, flickering light out into every corner of the room. The flames murmur and shift. A log settles with a soft sigh and a shower of sparks, and the whole room is filled with the warm and drowsy glow of the fire and the sweet smell of wood smoke. In a deep, old, comfortable peace, the family of the farmhouse are gathered here in the warm circle of the firelight at the quiet end of the day. The farmer sits in his tall wooden chair beside the hearth, his boots off, his feet stretched towards the fire, his day's work done. His wife sits near him, her hands busy with some slow and gentle task, mending by the light of the flames. An old grandmother dozes in the warmth, her chin sunk to her chest, half asleep already, and the children lie drowsing on a sheepskin before the fire, warm and heavy-eyed, watching the flames, too sleepy now to do anything but rest. No one speaks very much. There is nothing that needs saying. It is enough to sit together in the warmth and watch the fire and be safe and still while the snow falls softly outside. On the great fire, a black iron pot hangs from a hook, and something simmers gently within it, giving off a warm and savory steam. A cat lies curled on the warm stone of the hearth, as close to the fire as it dares, fast asleep, its paws twitching now and then in some small and peaceful dream. The kettle sits ready at the edge of the coals, and the firelight glows on the old dark wood and the pewter cups on the shelf, and the strings of dried herbs and onions hanging from the beams, and the quiet faces of the family, warm and drowsy in the last hour of the day. Let us leave them there for a while, safe in the firelight, and go quietly through the house, and see how snug and still it is on this deep winter's night. Here is the kitchen, dark now and cold, the day's baking done, a row of round loaves resting under a cloth on the long wooden table. Here is the dairy, cool and quiet, with its wide stone shelves and its bowls of setting cream. And here, off the hall, is the byre, where the animals are housed close against the cold, the warm and drowsy heart of the working farm. It is dim and warm in the byre, and it smells of hay and of animals and of the sweet breath of the cattle. The great oxen stand quietly in their stalls, chewing slowly, their eyes half closed, warm and content. The horses doze on their feet, one hoof tipped, their heads hanging low. The sheep are folded close together in the deep straw, a soft gray mass of wool, breathing slow and even in the dark. And a barn owl sits high in the rafters, silent and still, keeping its own quiet watch over the sleeping beasts. It is warm in here with the warmth of the animals themselves, and safe and still, and the snow cannot reach them, and the cold cannot touch them, and all through the long night they will drowse together in the warm and hay-sweet dark. Outside the thick old walls, the winter night deepens, and the snow keeps falling, soft and slow and silent. It settles on the deep thatch of the roof, and along the tops of the walls, and on the bare black branches of the orchard trees. It fills the lane and covers the fields, and lies deep and untouched over all the quiet hills. Nothing moves out there in the white and dark. No traveler is abroad. The whole cold countryside lies still and sleeping under its soft white blanket of snow. But here, inside the old farmhouse, all is warm and all is safe, and the fire burns on, glowing red and gold in the dark. Back in the great hall, the fire has burned down now to a deep bed of glowing embers, and the family are ready for their rest. The children are carried, warm and half asleep, up the crooked wooden stair to their beds beneath the thatch, and tucked deep under heavy woolen blankets. And they are asleep almost before their heads are down. The grandmother shuffles off to her warm corner. The farmer rakes the embers together and covers them carefully with ash so that a little warmth will keep till morning. And then he too climbs the creaking stair, and the old house settles into darkness and into sleep. And now the farmhouse is quiet, and the night is deep. Up under the sloping thatch, in their low, warm beds, the family lie sleeping, safe beneath their heavy blankets, warm as the coals banked in the hearth below. In the byre, the animals drowse in the hay-sweet dark. The cat sleeps on by the last of the embers, and the snow falls on, soft and silent, over the old thatched roof, and the sleeping farm, and the deep white fields, wrapping the whole quiet world in stillness and in peace. There is nothing more to do tonight, nothing more to tend, nothing more to mind. The doors are barred, the fire is banked, the animals are warm, and everyone is safe abed. The long day of winter work is over, and it was a good day, and now it is time to rest. The house sleeps, the farm sleeps, the whole white countryside sleeps under the falling snow, and there is nowhere in all the world you need to be but here, warm and safe in the quiet dark. So let your body grow heavy against the bed, as heavy and as still as the deep snow lying over the fields. Let the soft memory of the firelight, warm and red and gold, glow gently in your mind, and let all the small worries of your day settle and grow quiet and drift away into the dark, one by one, like sparks going up the chimney into the night. There is nothing you need to hold on to now. The fire is banked, the house is warm, the snow keeps its soft watch outside, and you are safe within, held gently in the warm and peaceful dark. The embers glow low in the hearth. The snow falls soft on the old thatched roof. The animals drowse in the byre, and the family sleep warm beneath the eaves. And all is still now in the old farmhouse on the deep and snowy winter's night. All is quiet, and all is warm, and all is safe, and all is well. Sleep now. Sleep well.